Today, we're going to talk about boundaries and how you can set them, because when you're trying to work full time, you're trying to run a business, you're trying to run family, household, your time is stretched very thin. So I want to give you some tips today on how to set those boundaries and how you can fast track your results in your business and in your life. So stick around. Hi, Tanya Jennings here from Your Economy Lab, and I help entrepreneurs live a life of freedom online and bring in that passive income. But how do you do that? You know, we all get 24 hours a day, and it's up to you what you do with those hours. So today I want to share with you some tips on how you can set boundaries and how you can get a power hour into your day and get stuff done. Just get stuff done in your business to move that needle forward, and how you can learn to say no to all the other stuff and everyone else's priorities that seem to get pushed over yours. I think it's an important training, and it's something that really changed in my business when I used to work for government. I had a big team, and often, you know, I had an open door policy, but I had people coming in all the time, you know, asking me this question, asking me that question. And I would spend the whole day just answering questions and in meetings. And I just went, no, this has got to stop. So what I actually did was, when I was in the corporate world, is I would then sit down with all my team leaders, but I would sit down with them once a week and go, bring all your issues to me on that day. We'll sit down for half an hour, however long it takes, and go through everything. So it freed me up for doing other stuff, because people weren't coming in 24/7 asking me things all the time. And you find that online too, is when you've got a team and building your business, because it's one thing, you've obviously, you know, growing a team, you're looking after your team and, you know, making sure they're okay, but you've still got to bring in new people. You've still got to grow your team. The only way to do that, and I love this saying, is learn to say no. And I know it's not easy. You know, a lot of you are, you know, wives, mothers, husbands, fathers, grandparents. You've got a lot of things going on, people wanting your time all the time, and you're trying to manage it all. But you need to be selfish, and you need to just say, look, no, I'm setting this time aside for me. And I love this saying, is stop being a firefighter, reacting to everything. Be the architect and design your day and your life. And it is so true. If you're in the reactive mode, every time a message comes in, and I used to be like this, message would come in, I'm like, oh, what do they want? Oh, I better answer that, you know, and you're just reactive all the time. You're reacting to everyone else. You lose track of your day. So you need to, and that's why we batch things now. I go, okay, morning and night, I'm letting people into the group. And this is just one example of stuff that I do of a day. But imagine if I was there every single, you know, hour looking and letting people in the group all the time. That's all you'd be doing. And you can't do that. You need to go, okay, morning, I'm checking my emails. Afternoon, I'm checking my emails. You're not in your inbox every 24/7. And that was another thing that I did that was for me when I was on my computer doing other stuff, and you would have your email notifications come up. They keep coming up. And you're like, oh, someone sent me an email, and you'd be off over there starting to answer that. You've got to pull it back and go, okay, no, set your day, set what you're doing each day. Otherwise, you're a firefighter and you're just putting out fires all the time, and you're not actually just designing what your day looks like. It's your time. It's your day. We all get 24 hours a day. It depends on how you manage it. So you want to set a power hour each day. And this is non-negotiable. You've got to set those boundaries, because you're going to have people just coming in all the time. If you've got kids, they're coming in all the time, where you need to just go, I'm going to have a power hour. I'm just shutting the door. This is mummy or daddy's time. This is the time that I need to be building my business. And you set that time, whatever time works for you. You need to have a routine. That's right. You need to have a business routine. You need to be strict about it. And look, you might say, oh, I've only got half an hour, or 45 minutes, whatever it is. But what you want to do is actually put that time in your diary. So whether you've got a hard diary or whether you'll run off an electronic on your phone, have that time set in there, because if you don't schedule it, it won't happen. I can tell you right now, if you haven't scheduled it in there, you'll just go, oh, it doesn't matter. I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll just do it next week. You need to be doing it every single day and just get into that routine. You might go, okay, drop the kids off at school from 10 to 11. That's my time to do it. Whatever works for you. It's entirely up to you. But when you do actually set your power hour, don't be there going, oh, okay, I'm just going to do a bit of shopping on eBay and do a bit of surfing on the net and have a look at a few cat vids and check out what's going on TikTok. No. And that is so easy to do. It is so easy to do. You want to then go, this is my power hour. This is my income producing activities. So you've got your power hour. You're going, okay, my income producing activities. But it's creating content, reaching out to people, exposing people to the opportunity, get them to the webinar, and let the presenters do the selling and telling for you. But be consistent. Every single day you want to be doing that. And that's going to set you apart from everyone else. The biggest thing too is branding yourself. Make sure you're not mentioning the company, but make sure you're branding yourself. We had a couple of people that put awesome posts up this week, and they had a post of a girl sitting on a lounge with a laptop, but it wasn't them. It was some random stock photo of some girl. You're not branding. There's no congruency there with who you are and who the photo is. If you're going to put a photo up like that, get your husband or wife to take a photo of you on your laptop, doing your work. You want to keep it real and brand yourself. So make sure you're using photos of you, not just random stock photos, because people don't get to know who you are. And at the end of the day, they join people they like, know, and trust. And if you're not in front of the camera, they can't see who you are. They're going to go, oh, well, I don't really know who you are, so I don't know if I'm comfortable joining you. I hope that makes sense. Scheduling your power hour. Always schedule it in and make sure it is non-negotiable. Because if you're not growing, if you're not setting that time aside, if you're not growing, you're dying. And that's another saying too. There's another quote there, if you're not actually growing your business, it's just stagnant. And you can't expect other people to be growing it for you. You want to be making sure that you're in the trenches, actually sharing it with other people. But you also need to be tracking your numbers. You need to be tracking who you're speaking to. Because if you don't know your numbers, if I said to you last month, okay, how many people did you speak to last month? And you went, oh, I don't know, I was really busy. Okay, well, that's good. But how many people did you speak to? Well, I don't know, maybe 5. Well, do you think you could speak to a few more than that? Do you know, have a look and go, okay, well, I was busy last month, but what was I busy doing? And if you track the numbers you've got there, you can go, okay, last month I spoke to 20 people. This month I'm going to speak to 25. And you set yourself a target and you make sure you follow up with all the other people you spoke to, because that's the fortune is in the follow-up. Always in the follow-up. Putting in a power hour and setting the time, because it is so important. It is so important. Don't be the firefighter and reacting to stuff. You want to go, okay, I'm actually being the architect and designing my day, because you will get so much more done. There, I'm having lunch. I'll go, okay, that's my time now to have a look on eBay or Amazon or, have a bit of a shop. But I'm having lunch. That's time for me. That's tenure time. So I don't do tenure time when I'm in work mode. If I'm doing work mode and this is my time to start connecting with people or messaging people or sending out emails, whatever, that's what I'm doing. I don't go, oh no, I need a new pair of Ugg boots or whatever and start looking. No, you go, okay, I'm doing that at lunchtime. So set your time for what, and you've got to have downtime for yourself, and you've got to have balance. You've got to have time with the family, but you've also got to have time to build your business, because if you don't set the time, it's not going to happen. And getting that consistent daily action, you won't grow it. You have to say no. You have to learn to say no. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but you've got to look at it and go, okay, if I say yes to you, what am I saying no to in my business? And that's the other thing too, is, okay, you're saying yes to all these people. It's all their priorities. It's stuff they want. It's stuff they need. You know, what's the time for you? And that's what you need to look at and go, okay, all right, if I say yes to helping my friends move house, what does that mean for me? And I've done that before. I've helped friends move. I've spent the whole Saturday, worked my butt off helping them move house. And then when we moved, do you think they were around to help us move? Nah. So you look at that too and you go, okay, be selective with what you do. So now, nah, sorry, busy. And depends on who it is, of course. You want to be there for people, but it depends on who it is and what they're actually wanting. You've got to really pick who you're sharing your time with, because you've only got 24 hours in a day. And if you keep saying yes to everything else, there's no time for that power hour. You're just being a firefighter all day, reacting to everyone else, and you're not actually designing your life. So you need to put in some hard parameters and just go, look, no, this is the boundary, and let your family know. You know, like if you're saying, okay, this is my power hour, I'm going to have dinner, and after dinner, I've got an hour just doing stuff for me, then let the family know. Don't disturb me for an hour. I need to do this for us. As I said, we've all got 24 hours a day. No, none of us are superheroes. We all have the same amount of hours in the day. It depends on what you do with those hours. And you see some people, you know, they're network marketing gurus, and they're earning a couple of $100,000 a month, and they've got 5 kids, and they're running businesses, and you think, jeepers, how do they do all that? It's because they're organized with their time. They're going, okay, this is my non-negotiable. And that's what you guys need to do as well. And if people don't understand that, you just go, well, I'm doing it for us, doing it for me and for the family. So we're all going to be architects. We're not going to be firefighters. But the biggest thing is making sure that you're writing that in your calendar. Write the time in your calendar. Set the time aside. Have an awesome day. Thank you. Ciao. All right. Much love. Bye-bye.